This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined by Joe Markowski from DAZN. We're here at the Joshua Miller press conference in London. How are you, Joe?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Let's get down to business. Talk to me about this fight.
Yeah, it's a great fight. Obviously exciting for AJ to make his US debut. We're really excited about that. Putting a lot of media promotion to work last week in New York. I think AJ enjoyed that. US media reacted really positively to it. Miller's a good talker. He's a great challenge for AJ. And we're really excited about welcoming everyone to MSG on the 1st of June.
Now, I think it's fair to say that a lot of people coming into this fight, fans of the sport, would have preferred a different fight. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, etc. From your role at DAZN, where was Joshua Miller on your kind of pecking order?
I think for us, we want AJ to build his brand in the US. I'm pretty transparent about that. I run a US broadcast business and we want to work with the biggest stars in sport. We know that to be one of the biggest stars in the world of sport, you need to crack America. A bit like you need to crack America if you're a band. Robbie Williams growing up, yet to go and do it. AJ's got to do that as well. So this is step one in doing that. I suppose it's chapter 2 of AJ's career. I think it's pretty transparent from Eddie, from AJ, from everyone that the big fights out there in the heavyweight division are there for AJ. Don't look past Big Baby Miller. I think a lot of people are doing that. The Americans are saying don't sleep on Big Baby Miller, and I would echo that. It's a serious challenge. He's a big unit. He's 23, 24 stone guy. He's got a good chin. He's never been knocked out, never been knocked down. So it's not a walk in the park for AJ, and I know that he's preparing for it as he would any other fight. It's a serious challenge, and we're looking forward to host broadcasting it and welcoming everyone to New York for the fight.
Now, I'm sure that this is not just a spur of the moment thing, building AJ in America. I'm sure that's obviously part of your plan. But was it kind of pushed forward, the Povetkin fight? Was the Povetkin fight, quote unquote, a success, or was there kind of room to manoeuvre, as it were, which is why you've decided to bring him out there for this fight?
The AJ Povetkin fight was a great success for us. It was our first major live event. I think it was the second or third live event we broadcast in the US, full stop. We're really happy with how it performs. I think the rumours around the numbers in the industry are codswallop, frankly. We're very happy with how it performs. Since then, we've obviously launched a whole new set of content. We've launched with Canelo in December against Rocky Fielding. We're in the process of promoting the Canelo-Jacobs fight on May the 4th. We're going straight back to the US for a multi-stop media tour around that fight later this week across North America, so that's exciting. Look, we're in a really good position. We're ahead of where we wanted to be numbers-wise. We're building a real momentum. We're shaking the industry up, and our spring-summer schedule starting sort of March the 9th at Turning Stone with the Bivol Smith fight, moving to Philadelphia with the Farmer fight, the Katie Taylor fight, going into April. We'll make a major announcement next week with our friends at Matchroom, May with our friends at Golden Boy, then we're into MSG in June. The sort of momentum we're building in the boxing side is really strong. On the MMA side, we've got a great Bellator summer card coming up. We had the MVP Daily fight last weekend, 10 days ago in Connecticut. We're about to launch an MLB show with a major US rights holder. Sort of for your British audience, more of a sort of Soccer AM meets Gillette Soccer Saturday with baseball live content, if that makes sense. So it's a bit of it's a new format, it's an exciting format. So we're spreading our wings in the US, and we're delighted with where we sit from a brand awareness perspective, from a subscription numbers perspective. I'm very comfortable.
Just going back to Anthony Joshua, I think another name that was kind of rumoured and talked about was Dillian Whyte. Now, first and foremost, Dillian Whyte's fight with Joseph Parker, that wasn't on DAZN, that was on Showtime. Just wondering why that was, because you have a deal obviously with Matchroom. Dillian is a Matchroom fighter. Yeah,
so I think we're public with this. Any Sky pay-per-view event isn't part of the core deal. We have a first and last right of refusal on those fights. It was the end of the year. We were focused on a few other things. We had a big campaign to end the year with our Canelo Rocky Fielding fight, and it made more sense at that time for that fight to go out on a different network. So that's business. We were happy with that decision, and yeah, good luck to Dillian Whyte. It's a great fighter. Good luck to him going forward.
Is Dillian Whyte somebody you'd be interested in seeing on DAZN in the future?
Absolutely. We want to make the biggest fights and broadcast them in the best value way to US fight fans. And if Dillian Whyte's involved in big fights, he may well be with AJ down the line. We're going to be interested in that. So yeah, we're a fighter, promoter, agnostic business. We want to put the best content out there for our predominantly fight sports fan base right now. And if Dillian Whyte's involved in one of those big fights, we'll absolutely go after it.
Where do you stand with working with other broadcasters or other networks, as it were? ESPN Plus being one, Showtime another example. We've just seen Tyson Fury sign a deal with ESPN, which a lot of people are kind of pointing to more political red tape. Where did DAZN stand with working with other networks?
We are really open to that. We are willing to work across the aisle, as it were, with our friends in the broadcast industry. Those who've worked with Perform and DAZN previously know that we're a pretty easy organisation to work with. We're on record, we're public and behind closed doors in saying we want to make the best fights happen. We're flexible, we're commercially open to ideas to make both sides comfortable. And for me, those conversations will happen at some point at the right time. But right now, we, AJ, the Matchroom guys, are focused on June the 1st and making this fight a success. In all ways for AJ and DAZN and for Matchroom. So that's our focus right now. But we will work creatively to make the best solutions happen. And hopefully, we'll get through it.
Which kind of leads me on to my next question, really. As I understand it, in the New York press tour, the New York leg of the press tour, Anthony Joshua was due to make an appearance on ESPN. Yeah. That didn't happen. Just your thoughts on that, potential reasons for that not happening?
Yeah, we heard from ESPN they'd rather host Jarrell and AJ later, close to the fight, which is great. We look forward to planning that. We've got a good relationship with those guys. We're taking Canelo there this week or next week when we're in New York on that media tour. So there's no issue there. Yeah, it's a scheduling thing, right? We want to schedule it at the best time to maximise the promotion that AJ gets. That's naturally going to be close to the fight. So that's the plan.
I think ESPN, or a statement that was attributed to ESPN, said that it was a cancellation on Joshua's side. So that's incorrect.
It was a rescheduling based on the best time to go and do that. So yeah, that's what happened.
Just spoke to Frank Smith. He told me that the fact that Tyson Fury has now signed an exclusive deal with ESPN Plus, that makes that fight pretty difficult to make, certainly for the near future. Would you agree with that?
Which fight?
The Joshua versus Fury fight.
We'll see. Look, we're open-minded on who we work with, how we work, the structure of our deals. We're a commercially nimble, creative organisation. So let's see what happens. Those conversations aren't happening because everyone's focused on AJ Miller right now. So at the right time, the right people will have the conversation. We'll see where we land.
A lot of the talk about Deontay Wilder is his deal with Showtime. A lot of rumours swirling around of potentially him being a free agent. DAZN interested in potentially putting a multi-fight offer to Deontay Wilder? That's
not our job. That's an Eddie Hearn question. Look, we're interested in making the best fights, the biggest fights. At some point, AJ's on record, we're on record. Eddie's on record saying that fight needs to happen. It'll be undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. It's the biggest fight in boxing. So we'll be involved in that conversation, I'm sure. But the promotional conversation about multi-fight deal, that's an Eddie Hearn Matchroom question. That's not a question for me. I'm not a boxing promoter.
Okay, I do apologise. I will ask Eddie that. Just final question. So I've actually lost a little bit of where I am. Yeah, just final question. We've mentioned Eddie Hearn's name several times. You are the broadcaster along with Sky Sports. Kind of rumour mill swirling about murmurs of discontent between Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports' Adam Smith. Just your thoughts on that?
I see no signs of that. I think it's a great partnership for all three parties. Sky get more shows based on our investment in the US. We get their shows, which are obviously well established and well produced and high quality. Eddie gets more funds to go and build a bigger team, to go and sign more fighters and make more shows. So no issues that I can see, no issues from our side, and Adam seems very happy today when I've seen him, so we're all good.
Any plans to expand into the UK anytime soon?
No, we're focused on the markets we're in. I'm focused on North America personally. That's a full-time job. We're launching in Spain and we're launching in Brazil in the next couple of months. So the business in London, central business, global business, is focused on that right now.
Okay, well, Joe Markowski, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.